What's up, y'all? It's like at night, and I was like, I need to live stream, so I'm using my ring light. Hold on, let me put my ring light over here so y'all can see me because I was doing like my live streams like in the dark, and I wanted to stop doing them in the dark at night. And so I was like, let me use my ring light, my selfie light, and um do a live stream right quickie. And we're not gonna say right quickie. We're gonna say an hour because that's all I be trying to do. Give y'all an hour of live streaming. Usually what I do is live stream on Instagram and then take that Instagram live stream and put it onto my YouTube channel. So it could stream here. And so this morning when I was doing a live stream, it was so, oh my God. I got so emotional in my live stream. Like it was so bad. I was crying in my live stream earlier today. It was just awful. And um, unfortunately, this live stream, which was a pretty decent live stream, because I was talking about my family in it. This live stream was taken down. Not taken down, but it was like I had ran out of time on Instagram, and sometimes when you run out of time on Instagram, if you don't check the select the box inside of the settings on Instagram for Instagram to save your live stream, it's just going to delete the live stream. But what time is it now? It's like what time? It's Tuesday and it's 7 o'clock here, Pacific. So what time is it on the East Coast? If anybody's in here yet, I think it's like not a lot of people in here yet. But what is it? What time is it on the East Coast? It got to be like what 10 o'clock, something like that. It's kind of late. Um, I don't usually do live streams as late, but hey, kicking it with Brett. But um, my live stream from earlier was so sad. I was crying the whole live stream. I cried the whole live stream. Thank you. It's 10 p.m. I cried the whole live stream because I was talking about my childhood and how I grew up and how my cousin had got onto. Make sure you thumbs up the live stream. My cousin had got onto Facebook the other day, and he was complaining about how toxic our family was on Christmas. And so my cousin was so upset, and so I had been trying to like be, there for my cousin to say something positive, and then it started like this huge argument with my family, and then I realized it was time for me to cut my family off altogether. And so I was inside of that live stream. I was talking about my family, and I started crying. I was crying the whole live stream. I was trying not to cry, but it was so hard because what I was talking about. And so usually I would have uploaded it to YouTube, but then again, sometimes I feel like the people on YouTube are not in a position to be able to maturely deal with serious conversations like that. Like I could have a serious conversation on like Instagram or Facebook or something like that and get a decent response because it's some mature people up there. But sometimes when I get on YouTube, it be like, am I talking to like high schoolers or something? You know what I mean? It's not people over 30 over here. So anyway, it was a serious conversation. So inside of that live stream, I was talking about my daughter's father, and I was talking about how my daughter's father saved my life. He really saved my life when I was really young. He saved me. Um, I was living in a household I didn't want to be in. I had ran away from home a couple of times, and most of the time, they didn't really give a shit what I was doing. But the one time I ran away, my son's father was the one that convinced me to go back home. And then when I got home, um, my aunt threw this big ass Timberland boot at me. And anybody who was in the live stream earlier, y'all heard me talking about how abusive my crazy ass aunt is and how evil she is, right? And so I since she was abusive to me as a kid, I literally cannot stand her. Like I be thinking about her in a way where, yo, I want to just burn her house down with her in it. And so instead of me being violent or ending up in jail or going the wrong way with my life, I fucking just stay away from my family because of that anger. But I was talking about how I used to have a drinking problem and how I used to be on drugs and how, bad my life was in my early 20s because I was becoming what I was taught. And instead of me sticking around and continue to be that, I decided I wanted to improve my life and be a better type of woman. So I had to detach myself from my family. And so with my daughter's father introduced me to what a healthy family was. And I grew up in dysfunction and toxicity. So if it wasn't for the things that my daughter's father taught me, I wouldn't know so much. Now I wouldn't be such a, successful woman now, right? And a lot of times when trolls come into my comment section on YouTube, right? Trolls coming into my comment section on YouTube is normal. Everybody gets it. But every time I always feel like it's the same group of trolls that be, fucking with me because they be saying shit like, your daughter's father chose you as the wrong person for him to have a baby by. Hey, ATO Web Radio, what's up? How you doing, babe? Listen, hit me up, so we can talk about my Roku channel. ATOWebRadio.com used to run my Roku channel, and because he ran my Roku channel so well, I'm gonna get him to start running my Roku channel again. And he actually encouraged a lot of other YouTube content creators who saw me with a well functioning Roku channel to go ahead and start their own. So big ups to ATL Web Radio for being there for me and running my YouTube channel and my Roku channel and being real supportive. Because of you, dude, like you got a lot of people to go out there and just start their own Roku channel. All right, so anyway, having a Roku channel not easy either. It's not easy. It's not one of those things you can't just go there and just upload and keep it moving. It's really like a place you gotta really, think about it. So anyway, um, a lot of trolls come into my comment section and they always say, "Oh, your daughter's father was a good dude. He chose you to have a bad baby, have a baby by, and you the wrong woman. He should have did that with, right?" And then somebody left a comment today and they was talking about priests. And the reason why they brought up priests is because in my community tab, right, I have a screenshot of how much child support he's supposed to pay me and how far behind he is. And the reason why I posted that is because a lot of women, when they come to me, a lot of single moms, when they come to me and they ask me for advice, the first thing that they ask me is, how do I get my child's father to pay child support? And I always tell them, you can't make a dude pay child support. He just gotta want to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna end up in jail, or get his damn license taken away, or passport, or his bank account is gonna get froze, or it's gonna be something like that that's gonna make him pay it. He gonna end up in jail or something like that. So you can't make them. They just pay it. So um, a troll came to my comments section and said, "Oh, he paying his child support. The problem is he had a baby by the wrong woman." Right? And of course, most people, when when you seeing these people say certain things like this, of course, it's like, oh, this person don't know me well, they don't know me well at all. But I think a lot of times people, a woman is by who she slept with, or if she has children or not, or if she was married before, or if she's divorced, or how many people she slept with, instead of factoring in all of these other things that make a woman a beautiful woman. You know, Women are not just who they slept with. This is what I need people to understand. A woman's value is not determined by who she has or has not slept with. And when people come into my comment section and talk about, you know, my children's father making a poor choice in a woman when they decided to have a baby with me, it's like, number one, of course, my daughter's father doesn't think that. Of course, me and him have a wonderful relationship. I don't know what my son's father thinks because I don't talk to him. And he and I not talking and him not meeting his child says enough about his character. Okay, so his character is all the way null and void, right? So let's just talk about my daughter's father. Dealing with a person like me when I was about, I don't know, 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, the type of person I was back then, you might be right. You know what I'm saying? You might just be right. All right? Because who I was when I was a teenager, when I look back at that, it's like I was so dumb. It's like stuff I just didn't know. It was things that I didn't understand about business, money, work, relationships, marriages. So of course, back then, us two being in a relationship and having a baby together might have just been a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, He snapped me right out of it anytime he came around. So anytime, like, okay, when my daughter was young, right, when I first had my daughter, like when me after he and I broke up, okay, we broke up when my daughter was like 3 months, and whenever he was around, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't, I wasn't violent, we didn't argue, I didn't feel, I felt comfortable, like I wasn't being abused, no one was hurting me, none of that with my daughter's father. So the kind of woman I became around him was definitely the perfect type of person he needed in his life. But when he wasn't around, the person I was the person that I was taught to be. So I was growing up in an abusive environment where, like I said earlier in my live stream on Instagram, if you didn't catch it, um, I grew up in a household where you punch somebody in the mouth and you ask questions later. My first couple of years in Atlanta, all I did was fight. I didn't talk shit through. I was punching niggas in the face, slapping dudes, fist fighting girls. I didn't give a shit because I was just flat out, just like from DC and violent. And my family is like that. You're going blows. We don't do disrespect well. Don't come out your mouth sideways. You getting punched in the mouth. That's the environment I grew up in. My daughter's father, on the other hand, that's not how they handle stuff. Because when you are a valuable person and you have something to lose, the last thing you're going to do is put yourself in a position to lose it. So with my daughter's father, he was so valuable, the way that he handled stuff was very different. The people in my family, however, they kind of had this mentality that was a little ghetto and hood. So they didn't have the environment that my uh, daughter's father had. So my daughter's father, he taught me how to handle business, how to handle my bank accounts, how to invest, how to work, how he was, it was his idea for me to get into IT. My daughter's father basically took on the position of being my father. Do you understand? And and the reason why he had to do that is because I didn't have anybody, nobody. I didn't have my mother doing it. I didn't have my father there. So I had to figure out life on my own. This internet, man. This internet. Every time I do a live stream, it does not bug you. Instagram does not do that. It be YouTube. It be you. I don't know why. Every time I do a YouTube live stream, it do that. It knock me off every time. I don't know what it's about. That's why I don't like doing YouTube. I don't like doing YouTube live streams. That's why I do my YouTube, my live streams on Instagram. So follow me at the Real Sansaray if you want to see me do my live streams, because I'll do them there, and then I'll take them down off of Instagram and put them onto my YouTube channel. If you want to be in the original live streams, follow me on Instagram at the Real Sansaray. So anyway, my daughter's father basically taught me everything, man. And if it weren't for him, hey Miss Wit 205, didn't you used to be in my comment section all the time? Like, didn't you used to be in my live streams? Let's see. YouTube, come on, man. Come on, you need to pull it together, man. YouTube, I can't, don't even get me started with YouTube, man. I've been on YouTube too long. That's why I was like, I gotta stop doing YouTube videos. I gotta start putting my own videos on my own goddamn channel. YouTube's a goddamn headache. I swear to God. Anyway, anyway, refresh. So, um, so when people try to say, yeah, I don't know, YouTube, I don't know, Radio Vision, I do not know what YouTube be doing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So when people say that my son's father, I know my daughter's father, because I have two baby daddies. I have a 20-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. My 2-year-old will be 3 in May. All right. And to me, having a baby at maybe it is where I am. Uh, all right, let's see. It could have been just where I was. I'm gonna move. We're gonna see. I'm in a shopping center. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can move and get it. Maybe it's only YouTube. I promise you, because Instagram does not do this. When I Instagram live, it worked just fine. I think it's. So I'm moving from over there. All right. So anyway, what I was saying was here. Let me just start right here. How about that? So what I was saying was having a baby at 19. Having a baby at 19. Hold on, I gotta look at my little camera way so I can park car. All right. Okay, I got a little hybrid. I like my hybrid. Jamal, shut up. Jamal, shut up. You be my cameraman. I'm all the way in California. You can't be my cameraman no damn way. You in the ATL. What you talking about? You ATL. Anyway, so all right. So I don't know if it's darker over here. Like I don't know if y'all can see me over here. Hold on. Yeah, it's dark. I don't know. It's like spooky. It's like okay, listen. All right. Let me stop with the jokes. So so my daughter's father, um, yeah, so having a baby at 19, with my daughter's father. My daughter, let me tell you something. My daughter's father's a good person, but he has his flaws too. So when people say to me, "Oh, your daughter's father is a good person, but he had a baby by the wrong person," I don't think that's it. I think he and I having a baby together was one of the best things that's ever happened to him and me, because we love Dominique. I mean, our daughter is amazing. My daughter is working full time and got her own business and is about to start doing her little Instagram influencer stuff. My daughter, all right, man. Like she good money. She good with money. She make a lot of money. My daughter's great. I mean, I think me and her dad did a good job. She was talking to us earlier. We got like a little group chat on our iPhone. Got group chat and we be in there talking and stuff. And it's just a family. And if it wasn't for him teaching me how to be a good woman, a good mother, I would have been no good for no man. If I never would have met my daughter's father, I would have been good for no man, because he just taught me so much. And I'm such an amazing woman now because of that. People always ask me why me and him are together. It's because the way that we are, like, I was talking to him the other day, and we planning on, leaving the country next year together. Me, him, and our daughter. We going to leave. Miss Witt, did you see what I asked you the last time? Don't I know you from my other live streams, or are you new? Are you a new subscriber, or have we um, interacted before? Because for some reason, I recognize your name. Oh, she said yes. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, okay. So, what was that? Nice to see you again. But by the way, nice to see you. So, so we're leaving the country next year, and I said to him, I said, if you want to bring like whoever you dating or whatever, I think from now on, whenever our daughter's birthday comes around, we should plan a trip out the country. And if you get married, you can bring whoever you with, and I bring whoever I'm with. You know what he said to me? I'm not getting married. I was like, me either, dude. Like me either, homie. Like I was like, I don't see that for myself. He was like, I don't see that for myself either. And before I met my son's father, I was not thinking about marriage at all. I was not thinking about marriage. So I definitely don't want to now. I don't want to get married. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't even want to cohabitate. And he the same way. He like, I'm good. Cause I think what we experienced, he and I, was the good part about like being married. You know how people talk about how good their marriage is and how your friendship and stuff like that. We have that. So when you have that companion already, you have somebody that you like cool with like that, you really aren't looking for it. Like you know how a lot of these females on YouTube, they'll sit there and they'll encourage women to go out here and like level up, go out there and do, focus on that hypergamy and get a man that's gonna buy them a house, a car, and a crib. I already had that. At 40, I already had the house, the crib, the money, the stuff like that. I had all that without even getting married. It was just about me choosing the right guy to be with. And even though he and I didn't have a relationship, we still had a good friendship to where he still took care of me because I was the mother of his child. That's the type of a man women need to be choosing to have babies with. Having babies with men who genuinely want to be fathers, number one, and number two, have a genuine respect for women. Me and my daughter's father, we built a friendship before we had a baby together. So that's another thing that y'all got to do. Y'all got to start taking your time with these dudes. And let me tell you something about my son's father. With me going through, like, I feel like I went fast, but it didn't go fast. It just feel like it went fast. Let me explain why it feel like it went fast with my son's father. My son's father and I met in like April, right? No, March. We started talking in March. And we were talking for a while before we even went on a date. And I always tell women, talk first. I tell the fellas, before you spending all this money on a date, make sure this is genuinely a woman that you want to pursue. And in order for you to do that, you got to talk to her. You got to get to know her. For you can't just ask her on a date like tomorrow. That's moving way too fast. If you meet a woman today, don't ask her on a date tomorrow. Talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, if you meet a man today, he'd be like, let's go out tomorrow. Say, nah, too soon. Too soon. Talk to them first. Okay? Now, me and my daughter's father, we talked first. And then we went on a date. And then we were dating. And then, like, after like our third or fourth month, we was like, oh shit, I think we want to be together forever. Now, that's not saying that that's a bad thing, because there's some people out there, they had sex on the first night, 15 years later, they celebrate an anniversary. Sometimes that happen. Make sure you thumbs up the live stream, y'all. Sometimes that happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people do that. But that's an exception to a rule. The rule is if you move too fast, you're going to crash and burn. So instead of trying to figure out whether the person that you with is the exception, just be cautious, especially in this modern day dating culture. It's different. It's not how it was before. Many, many years ago, it used to be simple. Boy likes girl, the end. Y'all like each other, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, it's so many distractions inside of relationships where you got exes hitting them up, co-workers and shit, sleeping with each other, sneaking off, and they're not concerned about their partner finding out. That could be because a lot of people have been getting in these relationships and these marriages, staying in them, even though they find out that their partner is cheating. I've seen a lot of women do that. We see all these celebrity wives do that all the time. We seen Tiny do it. We seen Waka Flocka wife do it. We seen, a lot of women just get cheated on and stay. Beyonce's done it. Cardi B did it. So once these people realize they can get away with it, everybody's walking around here doing it, you know? And so now that we're in like in a modern day, like dating scene type of thing, even if you're young, like a lot of women that watch me, they're between the ages of 25 and 35. I'm 40. The women that are watching me the most, 60% of the people who are watching my channel are between the ages of 25 and 35. And let me just say this about millennials, first of all. People that's like my daughter age, my daughter 20. People that's like in their 20s right now, I have never seen these people be so motivated, go getters, out here married, falling in love, being genuine. And at the same time, I could turn around and I see like Takashi 69 with two baby mamas up here complaining about how he not taking care of those kids. Or one chick was just talking about, I think it was Summer Walker talking about London. No, it wasn't even Summer. It was Summer Walker talking about London on the track because she pregnant by him right now. But he got a baby already by a chick. And this chick was complaining how he ain't seen a baby all year. So I'm seeing a 50-50 type of thing because for every successful relationship I see or successful marriage I see, I could turn around and I can see another couple that's, going through like turmoil and a regular type of, relationship drama. And being a dating person, like and I don't like to call myself a dating coach and a relationship expert because that's not who I am. I'll sit here and I'll talk to you about your lifestyle, love, financial management, things like that, spirituality. Those are the things that I'm interested in. Those are the things I talk to y'all about. I'm not a relationship guru, but I can give you some good ass advice because of the stuff that I've been through. I've been through so much shit. So you can look through my playlist and find something in there that's gonna help you with your life. It's so much content on my channel, man. Like it's over 1,000 videos on my channel. And if you see some videos where it's required for you to sign up for membership, sign up for those. Cause I got a whole bunch of videos over there too. You know? So anyway, but um do I feel like my son's father made a poor choice when he ended up having a baby with me? Yes. And the reason why I feel like that is because I was 19 at the time. My head was all over the place. I didn't understand what was going on. I had no type of guidance. I was misguided. No one taught me nothing about nothing. I ain't know nothing about nothing. I was just empty headed. Just graduated from high school, been to church. All I knew was church and that I wanted to be a singer. And that's all I knew. I didn't know anything about cooking. I ain't know nothing about finances. I ain't know nothing about, education. None of the stuff that my daughter's father, I'm sorry. Don't get these two niggas confused because they on two different levels. My daughter's father is a grown man, and he been a grown man since back then. Like he been on some grown man shit since back then. And that's how I can tell he was just raised properly. My mother was listen. My mother was talking to me right before I came out, because I came out to Target to come buy my son this little thing right. Cause I always buy my son stuff. I buy my son stuff all the time, but I ended up buying him this little thing right here. I came to Target just to get it because I knew he would like it. And so before I came out to the Target, my mother asked me. She said, "Do you want me to send a picture of Justice to Aunt Julia?" Now, if anybody who been watching, maybe Miss Witt might know who Julia is. Julia is my son's father's aunt. And my son's father's aunt and my son's father's cousin both tried to get me and Priest to be on the same level to be able to, take care of Justice, right? They tried to make peace and it didn't work because Priest just didn't want it, right? So my mother was like, "Do you want me to send a picture of Justice to Aunt Julia?" Because, I don't post Justice as much as I used to. And I was like, "Well, what was the last thing that you sent Aunt Julia?" Right? And she said, "The last thing I sent Aunt Julia was a text message to tell her I gave her my phone number so she could give it to Priest's mom. So if Priest's mom wanted a relationship with Justice, she could call me and have a relationship with Justice." And Priest's mother never called, of course, right? And my mother said this. She was like, she ain't even call. I was like, I know, right? But Priest's mom was mean to my mother when I was pregnant. So it's not a surprise. And I said to my mom, "What made you not like Priest's mother?" And she was like, "Well, she was just so rude to me." I said, "Well, what what did she say? What did she say?" She said, "Priest's mother said, I don't get into my son's business." And I said, "That lets you know what kind of mother she's been to him. Because don't let some chick call me talk about some, I got a grandson, right? And my son Injustice is not handling his business as a father? Oh fuck. Fuck no. This is why so many men are walking around here looking for their girlfriend or their wife to be their mama. Cause they own mama ain't being their mama. This was his mother's time to be like, "You know what? I know you my son. I know you grown, but you still my son. And had she raised him properly to begin with, I don't think abandoning a child would have been feasible to him. You understand what I'm saying? Like that would have been a big no-no for him, right? And so I just be thinking about my son's father versus my daughter's father and how they're polar fucking opposites. Because my son's father is still a boy. He still operate how a boy operates. And a man, let me tell you something about men. Every man that walk up to you, ladies, he gonna be male. Males gonna walk up to you all the time. Penises are going to walk up to you all the time. But there's a difference between a man and a boy. Usually boys are coming into situations only thinking selfishly. They're coming into the situation only focused on what they could possibly gain from the situation. If you are in a live stream, make sure you thumbs up the live stream, please. I really appreciate that. And make sure you share the live stream when it's done. Okay, make sure you put what you think in the comment section. I'm welcome to talk to you. I just don't do trolling and disrespect. Okay, so anyway, men, on the other hand, usually feel comfortable with serving women. And I don't mean serving women in a way that he's a peasant or a damn slave or something. Men take out the trash, hold the door, you know what I mean? Wash the car, you know what I mean? These type of men. Meanwhile, a boy is expecting a woman to do those things. Think about me and Priest's relationship. If you go look on my heartbreak timeline, you'll see a video up there of me going to check Priest oil in his truck. Me. Me. Not the other way around. Not him going to check my engine light, make sure the oil change in my car. It's the other way around. Think about that. And I remember when things first broke up with us, he was telling everybody that I wasn't working. I wasn't working. And so because I didn't hold up my bargain financially, he didn't want to deal with me anymore. I was pregnant and sick as hell and couldn't work. But instead of him kicking into gear, you see what he did? So a man versus a boy, a man will go out there and do what they need to do. I was on Clubhouse the other day. Y'all on Clubhouse? Anybody in here on Clubhouse? You can follow me on Clubhouse. I'm on there. If you want to invite, you got to give your phone number because it's only invite only. Clubhouse is invite only. I was on Clubhouse. Now I'm gonna do some videos about Clubhouse soon because Clubhouse is a trip. Clubhouse is a trip. The other day I was listening to Bow Wow on there talk about some stuff. Anyway, and I was listening to like Mace. It's a lot of people that be on there. Anyway, when I first got on it, right, it was just celebrities. It wasn't like now it's starting to get bigger to where it's people on there, like other people. Okay, let me explain what Clubhouse is for anybody that don't know what Clubhouse is. Clubhouse is like this social media app, right? For a moment, you could only get on it if you had an iPhone. You couldn't get on it if you had an Android. But I think they made it to where you can get on now if you have an Android. And the only way you could get on the app is if someone invites you. Even if you download the app to your phone, it'll take your information and it'll ping everybody that's a contact in your phone. And one of your contacts has to nominate you to get in. That's how it is now. And you don't you can post a picture on your profile, you can post a picture, you can post a bio, and you can post some links, but that's it because everything is audio. So you get on and it's like a Zoom conference, but just all you hear is everybody's voice and all you see is their profile picture. So it's just an audio. It's like they have moderators, like it's a panel, but all you hear is people talking. You don't see them, you can't post anything. And if you want to say something, if you want people to hear you, you have to raise your hand and the moderator will turn on the microphone so you can speak. That's Clubhouse. And inside of it, you can use it. It's a good tool because when I go in, you can see the rooms. It's like different rooms and each room has a different topic. And of course, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm about entrepreneurship, wealth, and stuff like that. So most of the rooms that I'm interested in, they're inside of it talking about business. talking about repairing your credit, talking about getting capital for your businesses, talking about investments, talking about just the everyday things. And it's young people. It's like people in the entertainment industry. It's celebrities. Now, like I said, when I first got on, you had to be a celebrity in order to get in. It's not purple. It's a man playing a guitar. When you put in Clubhouse, it's a man playing a guitar. Just look for a man playing a guitar. And he's not playing a guitar, he's just holding it. It's like kind of black and white. It's like a black and white picture of a guy. He's on the guitar. But it's girls in there, like they start a room like Mace. Mace, you know Mace, Bad Boy, Puff Daddy. He was in there, Mace. And he had female moderators in there, and they was talking about whether or not women should choose to fly out or choose to get a ring. And Mace is in there. You know, Mace used to be a pastor. I don't know if he's a pastor now, but he used to be. He's in there trying to encourage girls to get married. So he in there giving them relationship advice. So all you hear is Mace. He the only man in there, and everything else is women. And he's sitting here encouraging women to be wives. I heard Bow Wow. Bow Wow was in there. He created a room where he was talking to some other people about strippers. He was trying to explain how people dehumanize strippers because they try to make it seem like strippers aren't women. It's just women and then strippers. You know what I mean? Like strippers are bad people or something. And him and everybody in there was basically saying, you know, they couldn't understand why people treat strippers the way that they do when stripping is just entertainment, just like every other. And honestly, when you've been in the entertainment industry, that's how you look at it. When people who are inside of entertainment, artists, I've been in the entertainment industry my whole life. I was an artist first. I was artist before I was a model. I was a model before I was creating content on YouTube. Being inside of the entertainment industry, we see things very different from people who are inside of our audience. We don't see it the same way. It's two different perspectives. So when we see strippers, or even when you see these rappers who are seeing these strippers and these Instagram models, most of these people come from the same background because they all been in entertainment. Some of them was in the streets. Like I was talking the other day, I was talking about how most of the female rap artists got a rap sheet. Meg Thee Stallion got a mugshot. Everybody, you know, that was a rap artist or, you know, inside of entertainment, getting inside of entertainment is the easiest thing to do when you got a criminal record, because you don't have to have like this polished background in order to be in it. You just got to be talented. You got to have the business sense, because you can't forget that part. And a lot of artists and a lot of people who want to be someone, they forget the business part of it. There is a business there is a science to being a YouTube content creator. There's a science to being popular on Instagram. There used to be a point where you could get on Instagram and just get followers, right? Or with YouTube, like I said before, YouTube, getting subscribers on YouTube used to be like simple. Getting people to watch your content used to be simple because they just wanted to see you. Now, because it's grown so much bigger, it changed with time. So now it's like it's a science to everything. So with the entertainment industry, even though you're seeing girls that strippers, usually a lot of times they good with money. That's why you can see bitches like Black China win. You can see, you know, Cardi B win. It's because these chicks are good with money. They know how to manage their money well. And just because they're strippers doesn't mean that, you know, they're dumb. It just means that they chose something else. They chose another way. Like people judge me about OnlyFans. Oh, Sansa Ray must be broke. No, Sansa Ray wants another source of income. Don't get it twisted, because multiple streams of income is what makes you wealthy. But if you try to explain that to a person who don't know no better, or a person who has a different perspective of life, they're not going to understand that. Strippers are locked down on because of how a rapper stereotypes strippers and the culture of stripping. Strippers are locked down on because of how the rappers stereotype strippers. I don't know, because before rappers was talking about strippers, everybody was looking at strippers in a negative way. Not even looking at them as if they're dancers. They do dance, y'all. Like they was dancers at some point. Some of them used to be ballerinas. Some of them used to, you know, do some real fucking creative movement dance and shit like that. But they just couldn't be a part of that for whatever reasons. And so they decided to be strippers. They might have needed money. Cardi B's biggest thing, what made Cardi B be a stripper, prostitute, everything else she was being, was because she needed money to take care of her family. So she went out there and did it. And I just mean her parents and her sister, her parents and her little sister. People forget that Cardi B was a blood. Think about that. Like, look at everybody. Everybody see Cardi B now as in the business and entertainment, but think about where she came from. Think about where she came from. Now, I'm not saying that all women should try to be like Cardi B, but what you do have to respect is her business sense. You don't get up that high in power being dumb. You don't. Whether you take off your clothes or not, whether you sleeping around with a lot of men or not. And that's the point I was trying to make when I said, when people were saying that because uh, my daughter's father made a poor choice in me, and I'm only valuable as a woman because of who I sleep with. No, why does the world think that my husband is the only way I could become valuable? Or if I'm married, that's the only way I could become valuable. I could go out there and get my own money. I can go out there and be my own businesswoman. But there was a time where women couldn't do that. That's why it's like that, because there was a time where women could not go out there and get their own bread, go out there and be doctors and lawyers. We weren't allowed to go out there and get our education. We couldn't vote or nothing. So yeah, we have progressed over time. But as black women, like black women are truly winning, man. We out here, we got our own businesses, our own money. We don't need to be in a relationship. A lot of us want to be. And it's a lot of men out there that want women to be traditional, and you can't be traditional. The way that the culture is different. The way the world is now is different. You can't be traditional. It's no way. No way. These men not putting up with that no more. Um, the pink, what is it? The pink show is making strippers look like they're humans. The pink, I don't know what the pink is, but strippers are human. Okay. I remember Independence Day where Will Smith was dating Vivica Fox, and the guy was telling him that NASA wasn't going to accept him as an astronaut because his wife was a stripper. And I was thinking, what the fuck his wife being a stripper got to do with him knowing how to fly? But that's how the world is, well, was at the time, to where who you was married to had something to do with status. It would give you more status. Now those days are over. A woman can have a status by herself. You don't have to be married to get the status. You understand? It could, now you could put on the front so it can look a certain way. Like a lot of people are like to live up to appearances. People love that. I'm not too thrilled about it, but people do that. I like to keep it a buck. But a lot of people live up to appearances. And that might be, I don't know if that's going to continue to work anymore. Like the way social media is, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. But what I was saying about Clubhouse, back to Clubhouse. Clubhouse teach you so much, man. If you get on the Clubhouse app, if you can, but it used to be just celebrities. I used to be on there, a celebrity nominated me. So a comedian, actually, because remember I used to do stand up. So most of the people that I notice inside of the entertainment industry come from the music industry and from comedy. So that's how I ended up getting in. Another comedian. And I was thinking about doing comedy skits again, but then I was like, what I want to teach is so serious. I don't know how I'm a be do comedy at the same time, because I was telling my daughter was the one that came up with the idea of me telling jokes while teaching a message at the same time, because I used to just be like, I'm gonna just teach the message, and she was like, just people are not gonna watch it. Like on my channel, if you go look, a lot of the videos that I did that had something to do with positivity, nobody was watching, because it didn't have any jokes. It wasn't nothing real, funny or serious. It was too serious. And so my daughter was like, yo, you should do your videos where you tell jokes first, you put your message in, you tell jokes at the end, just try to tell jokes the whole time if you can. And I was like, okay, all right. And so that's what I've been doing. And that actually works. But sometimes I feel like when I'm joking around so much, it's hard for people to take my message serious. And I need people to understand that what I have to say is of value. That's why it's important that people listen. And sometimes I feel like my audience on YouTube don't listen. And here's the thing about YouTube. You got to know who you're talking to. You got to know who your audience is and where you should be trying to get an audience from, because each social media platform attracts a specific type of person. And it wasn't like that before. Before the internet used to just be the internet. Now, these social media platforms that you stick to, they give you different results. Like, like for example, let's talk about dating sites. You got Plenty of Fish, you got Tinder, you got Bumble, you got Hinge. All of these are four different dating apps. Those are four very different dating apps, and they give you four very different results. If you use all of them, you see. Tag too. I stopped using Tag. I actually like Tag. Man, if you go on Plenty of Fish right now, and this is what shocked me because I was looking at it like a month ago. Plenty of Fish, it's people on there to do live streams. They live stream. They have a whole live stream community that nobody knows anything about. Nobody knows these people. These people are celebrities in their own right on Plenty of Fish, and they're on there live streaming, and it's like a whole nother world of people. And people, when you're looking at Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and TikTok. Think about how TikTok has its own little cult of people. It's the same thing. You got Facebook people, you got Black Twitter, you got TikTok, you got YouTube people. It's different. It's almost like different little worlds. Okay. And if you can figure out a way to be a part of all of those worlds, that's how you end up being popular, and you have to cross promote. And it's a lot of work. Like, it is not easy to be on all of those social media platforms and find a way to cross promote and do some decent marketing so you can get this large fan base. That shit is not a walk in the park. And your content definitely has to be good. You have to have great content, but at the same time, there is a marketing and business aspect to it. Even with me doing OnlyFans, listen, to be popular, I am in the top 7.8% on OnlyFans. Do you know how hard it is to get to 7.8% on OnlyFans? Out of all of the OnlyFans people on there, I'm at the top 7.8. You know how I got there? The marketing associated with my OnlyFans. The marketing associated with my OnlyFans. Not because I'm sexy, not because I'm fine, not because I'm doing porn, because I'm not doing porn. I'm not doing porn, and I'm still in the top 10 because of the marketing associated with my OnlyFans. That's it. Now, I have some topless, I do topless, I do nudes, but porn, no. Now, I always done like sexy photos. Like, I still do my like when I used to model. And here's the thing, I'm older now. I'm 40. I have a 40-year-old's body. I'm not 20. You understand it? I cannot stand when people look at me in my early 20s and try to compare it to me now being 40 years old. That's a whole different body. That's a whole different person. I'm tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? 50 ounces of coffee a day is what keeps me up. All right. That's what got me doing this live stream right now. But a nigga is tired. Trust me. A nigga is 40 and I feel it. So it's like I gotta get to a point where I'm grown woman fine. I'm not early 20s fine. I'm grown ass woman fine. So I only want to deal with grown ass men. So I was like, all right, I gotta market my OnlyFans for older men or gentlemen. That's what made me come up with for gentlemen only. And because I tagged it for gentlemen only, it created a whole nother like marketing package. And this is what made me be top 10 on OnlyFans. Now I got to work a little harder to get to get in the top 5. I'm working on go get me in the top 5. Go to onlyfans.com/sorceray_xo, fellas. I'm doing relationship advice over there. I am selling snaps. Yeah, I sell snaps on there, premium snaps. I do special requests because some dudes be out here like, yo, can I see your feet, mama? And I'll be like, can I have $100 and I'll give you my feet? Little stuff like that. People got some little fetishes they like. Um, with me joining your OnlyFans changed my opinion of who you are. Jamal? No, 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 no. It won't. Because it might. I mean, it just depends on how you look at me now. What I notice is a lot of men that have been around me, a lot of men that have been my friends, they always was attracted to me anyway. They just didn't tell me. a lot of men, right? So it just, what it boils down to is, do you find me attractive now? With us just being platonic friends and we known each other for as long as we known each other, you used to be my manager, you used to run my Roku channel. Did you think I was attractive? Because if you didn't then, you will now when you get over there. That's all, that's all I'm saying. When you get over there on OnlyFans, just know you're gonna see a whole different version of because the relationship advice is up there. I'm still silly. I'm not as silly, but I'm sexier. Like the things I would do for my man if I was just flirting with a guy that I liked are the things that I do over there for the guys over there. That's all it is. If I treat them like we're dating and they like it for the most part, like they in my inbox. Like I had this one girl who do OnlyFans and I was trying to get her to like train me. Cause I kept saying, I don't know how to do OnlyFans. Like I'm not a porn star. I am not none of that. But one thing I have always been is sexy. Without me trying. I just always been sexy. That's how I ended up taking pictures. I'm just sexy, right? That's how I ended up being a model. I'm just sexy. So what am I do with this sex appeal I got? Am I just gonna sit here and reserve it for the one man that's gonna fall deeply in love with me? We've seen how that went. So it was like, I'm not going to rely on one man to be my source of income when I can have hundreds of thousands of men supporting me and I can use this sex appeal that I have and put a price tag on it. I have it, it's not going anywhere. I'm sitting here single, I'm not using it every day. So what am I going to do with it? Turn it into a business. So when I signed up for my OnlyFans and people was being all judgmental and shit, I was like, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care. And that's what I needed to do for myself all of these years. Not give a shit. Because and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier in my live stream on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, I mean, I'm sorry, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at the Real Sansaray, and that's where I do my live streams at. So, and I usually just put those live streams here and live stream on YouTube. So, what I was saying on YouTube earlier was that when I took my 5 month hiatus, right, because some idiot, some troll decided that they wanted to email. So, every time I talk about this, I get frustrated. That's why I don't like talking about. I hate talking about this shit. But a troll decided they wanted to send out a mass email to everybody and tell everybody that I had committed suicide because of my son's father and that my daughter found my body. When I seen the email, I was pissed off. All right. I could not take it anymore. And I said, God damn it. I'm so sick of these trolls, these people, these rumors, this YouTube drama. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of arguments. I'm tired of all of it. I don't want to deal with nothing. And I shut my phone off. I took the apps off my phone. I stopped answering the phone. I ain't talking to nobody for a whole solid week. Nobody knew where I was. But what I didn't know was that the troll had sent a mass email. I thought it was just like me and some people on YouTube. So I didn't think it was going to go. I didn't think it was going to spread all over the internet. I had no clue. But what ended up happening after everybody started hearing that I committed suicide, right? What ended up happening with me was I started seeing how everybody was responding to hearing that. And it made me decipher the difference between people that genuinely cared about me and people who have been faking the funk the whole time. Because when people think you gone, when people think you're gone, you gonna see how they act. So I'm living in a surreal environment because I'm looking out and I'm seeing everybody just think I passed away. I'm seeing people say stuff. Oh my God. I'm seeing people lie. I'm seeing people pretend like we was friends. I'm seeing my family talk like they somewhere worried about me. I'm seeing other family members dog the fuck out of me. It was crazy. And when I seen it, I was like, I just screamed on the inside and I just shut off everything. I just couldn't take it. And I left. And during that 5 month hiatus, one thing I realized is while I was sitting there and I was putting what everybody else wanted in front of what I wanted, this is what was stopping me from being successful. I was choosing all of the wrong friends. the wrong relationships, the wrong business partners, putting myself in all of these toxic situations because I myself was toxic. I had like low self-esteem. So I was sitting here choosing people, the weirdest people to be cool with. And my mother used to always say, Sansaray, why do you always choose like these terrible people to be cool with? It's because my ass wanted to see the good in everything and everybody all of the time. And I always thought these people were going to be compassionate towards me. They were going to like me. They were going to, be cool with me because there was no way that people who would be doing as bad as they were, there would be no way that they could judge me for my flaws. That was me not even realizing that I deserve someone who is funnier than me, more honest than me, more caring than me, more kind than me, because those are the only type of people who are going to appreciate those characteristics about me. And I didn't realize this until I got off the internet and was sitting for 5 months just thinking about my life fucking choices. It's just like, I was like, oh my God, all this time, my ass been sitting here being cool with the wrong people, choosing the wrong friends, getting close to people on YouTube I wasn't supposed to be getting close to, sleeping with men that I wasn't even supposed to be sleeping with because they ass was motherfucking separated and lying, even though they had this weird ass wife with them telling me that they was divorced when they wasn't. My ass was like, okay, like a stupid bird brain. Okay. Not even, listen, I saw my whole self. And anybody, I'm telling anybody, take a break off social media and the phone and don't answer and talk to nobody for about 6 months. Sit back, stack your money, learn something, especially something about yourself. It's easy to learn something about yourself when you take time away from everybody for about 6 months. When you just cut off everything, cut off the TV, cut off social media. A lot of people think they can't do that. They think they're going to lose out. Hell yeah, you're gonna lose out. You're gonna sacrifice some shit. I had to sacrifice some shit. I lost subscribers. I lost friends. I got people out here making up all types of rumors. And people was making up rumors before, but now they worse. But I feel so much better. Cause now when people say some shit to me on the internet, I'll be like, oh, okay. I'm not so concerned anymore. Before I used to be like, okay, maybe I should factor in what this person is saying, and that person is trying to critique me, and maybe I should be like this person or that person, and then I get more views. But then again, I don't really want to get more views because I'm somebody else. I want to get more views because I'm unique. What the one thing that you need to worry about is who you are uniquely is what's valuable. That's what's gonna bring people to you, not who you sleeping with, how much money you got. No, what's going to draw people to you is you. If you're sitting here and you're trying to be somebody else, it's not going to work. You may be able to apply somebody else's business sense, somebody else's tips, somebody else's stuff like that. But what's going to get people to watch you is you keeping it a buck. And I started remembering all of these people that was telling me how much they loved me, how much they loved my comments, how much they loved my videos, how much I was helping their life. And these were the things that I had forgotten when I was being stalked and harassed. And I met my son's father, and I got pregnant. I lost who I was in that. I didn't even realize how talented I was in that little bit of time. And I figured out that I had allowed other people to make choices for me about how I felt about myself. And that's when I snapped the fuck out of it. And I've been fine ever since. Never again. Never again. Thank you, Mark. Who I am? Who was that? Was that a bad person? At the end of the day, they're not paying my bills. That's so true. At the end of the day, they wasn't paying my bills, but technically they kind of were. Because when people watch my content, that makes me more money. When people share my stuff, when y'all like my stuff, that makes me more money. Like my stuff, share my stuff. I got some valuable shit to give to y'all, and y'all gonna see. Because I finally am at a place where I'm so focused and determined that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. And I wasn't doing that before. And it took the universe putting me in a position to where I ain't had no choice. Because that was the only way I was gonna get it completed. because there was so many things that I wanted to do. I wasn't doing it because of all these other distractions. And the universe was like, you keep asking me to give you something. You keep asking for a manifestation, but you aren't doing what I need you to do. So now I'm going to force you to do shit. Like I kept saying, oh, I want to move to California. Do you know I said I wanted to move to California for like 2 or 3 years before I actually got up and moved here? Yeah, but I was forced to move here. I kind of had no choice. I was in a hotel, pregnant, with no job and no money, and my dumbass baby daddy done left me in there because he want to go collect pussy. I was sitting there like, what is this? I was like, the universe got jokes for real. Universe got jokes for real. And you know what else is funny? I always wanted a son. Always wanted a son. I knew I wanted a second baby. I knew I always wanted to be a mother. When I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to be a mother. I always said, I'm going to have kids, but I ain't never getting married. I always said that. Like in middle school, I'm going to have kids, but I ain't never getting married. High school, I'm going to have kids, but I ain't never getting married. So, you know, I've been engaged 8 times, still ain't got legally married. I got spiritually married, and that was enough for me. Being spiritually married to my son's father for the little bit of time I was is enough marriage for me. I'm gonna have to pass on the rest of that. I'm gonna have to pass. Um, at the end of the day, you, Jamal, are you talking to me? You saying you didn't call me? You called me. Jamal called me. Jamal hit me up on Facebook to make sure I was alive. That's how I knew who was my friends were and who my friends weren't. Because the people who were like messy, they didn't even reach out to me. They was just talking shit about me on the internet. They didn't reach out to even see. And then people who were reaching out and I wasn't answering, they was reaching out over and over. This is how I knew who loved me. They was reaching me to me over and over. Mark hit me. Oh my God. Mark was hitting me up over and over. My friend Cam, he was hitting me up over and over again. My friend Beverly, my friend Marie, over and over and over again. They was like, I do not believe this. I do not believe it. My real friends were heartbroken, Jamal. You were heartbroken because you know me. But I had other people out here that I ain't never met. Talk about something they was heartbroken. I was like, well, did you think to reach out to me and say anything? They're like, no. I was like, well, how did you know I actually passed away? Did you see an obituary? Did you go to my funeral? No. So why did you believe it? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm not gonna be judgmental of other people because it's still my fault that it spread that far because I ain't say nothing. So I still gotta take accountability for not saying nothing. I but what was I supposed to say? I didn't know what I was just like, I'm so tired of this because this same rumor and rumors that are as stupid have been spreading since 2016. Since 2016. And the only thing I can recall that changed in 2016 was I did a collaboration with Minister Jap. And then from then on, Minister Jap stalked the fuck out of me and everything about my life started switching. That's when it became a problem. Thank you, Mark, for dealing with the trolls. Let me tell you something about trolling. I love talking to people. I love engaging with people. I like when people come in here and they got some intellectual to say. I love it when people are, even if they disagree with me, even if they got questions, if you listen to me, I will listen to you. And a lot of times people come in and they're trolling. They don't come in to listen to me. They come in to provoke me, to try to control me, to get a specific behavior out of me. Or they come in and they preach as if what they're saying about me is true when it isn't. And if I say, oh no, that's false, here's the truth about the situation. Oh, Sansaray, you're lying. If you're in my life, you would be in a position to say, oh, Sansaray, that you're lying. You're lying. But if you've never been in my life and you're just trolling on the internet, you don't know. And this is what I need people to understand. Somebody came into my Instagram the other day and they said, they said, the other day, what did he say, Mark? He said, fuck he say. Oh, he said, I thought you killed yourself. Too bad. Because it would have matched your Aunt Jemima whoring. This is what this person said. Now, mind you, this ain't even the worst comment I got. I get people telling me they wish I was dead all the time, right? I get that because people stupid like that, right? My thing is, when you trolling and you say something like that, did it ever occur to you that there must be something going on with you that would make you feel like it's time for you to waste that kind of energy? Like, the only people that know me are my family and my real friends. Like, Jamal is in here, like Mark is in here. These are all my friends. So when I hear people say, "Oh, she faked her suicide, she faked death because she wanted attention," I'm like, yo, the people in my life that know me know damn well I wouldn't do no shit like that. They know that shit. Fuck no. I would not have my listen. And here's the thing, what most of y'all don't know either. I would not have my family and friends sitting here worried about me. My family and friends knew exactly where I was. If you didn't know where I was, you are not a real friend and you're not my family. Because what I needed right then wasn't the public. I didn't need my supporters at that moment. I needed my family and my friends to nurture me. I needed my village to come together and piece me back together. I didn't need the public in that. And as much as y'all love me, and as much as y'all like my content, and as much as y'all support me and thumbs up everything, and as much as I love y'all for that shit, there is still a separation here. It's still you still people I don't know. You're still people that I've never met. But sometimes a lot of people get invested into my life and think it's theirs and think it becomes theirs. And I've had a lot of girls, and I think this is so funny. A lot of girls be like, "Oh my God, you my sister in my mind." I think that's so. I think that's so funny because I felt that way. Like, when I look at Yanni, I always talk about Yanni. Real talk with Yanni. I always talk about real talk with Yanni. Every time I look at Yanni, I be like, yo, me and this motherfucker would be the bestest fucking friends because we think alike. So I get what you're saying, because when I look at my favorite content creator, or I look at somebody that, I'm interested in and I like their content, yeah, I'm like, I can relate with them so much. But it'll never be a time where I'll take it as far as stalk them or create content about them every day or try to figure out who they used to date and kick it with and interview them and do that crazy shit. Who does that? Someone who isn't mentally stable, someone who is trolling. A lot of these trolls are mentally unstable. And then they go tell the world that you the crazy one. It's so weird to me. I just can't. Anyway, people are evil, I know. It's some good people in this world, though. I need y'all to understand there's some good people in this world, and I'm telling you, you got to find out where your tribe of people are. You got to find people who think like you. You got to find those people. And sometimes them people not going to be on YouTube. Sometimes them people on LinkedIn. Sometimes them people not going to be on LinkedIn. Some of them people aren't tagged. You know, it's like a LGBT person going out there finding another LGBT person. Like, I'm poly, right? I gotta go in other poly environments to be able to have a conversation with someone who understands the concept of poly. Because when I sit here and I try to talk to the average person who only knows anything about monogamy, that's all they know. Trying to explain to them that there's another way that they can be happy is hard. It's difficult. So you gotta know your audience. You gotta know your tribe. It's like, for example, salespeople. Salespeople. A salesperson will try to sell you some shit you don't even need. But a good salesperson only tries to sell to someone who needs their product and service. And the way that a good salesperson finds that out first is if they start asking their potential clients questions. Oh, hey, I got this vacuum right here. I want to know, are you sweeping your floors? You know what I'm saying? What kind of vacuum do you use now? These are things that you need to figure out before you start selling shit to people. You know what I mean? You gotta know. So you can't be on a certain platform. And I didn't think like this. You can't be on YouTube, right? And my cousin Tavares taught me this. Let me give you a better example. My cousin Tavares. And I used to live with Tavares when I was pregnant with my son. And Tavares, one day I put up a video, right? And it was about, that a robot that sweeps the floor, that just moves and it cleans off the floor. I did a video about this robot. And inside of the video, I started talking about other kinds of robots. And I ended up talking about the sex dolls, because during that time the sex dolls started first coming out. And YouTube was like, we cannot monetize this video. I was like, why? During this time, my cousin, he worked at Facebook. And he said to me, Sansaray, people that are trying to buy the robots that sweep the floor are not interested in sex dolls. That's why it's not monetized. I was like, hey. He was like, just because a person likes one kind of robot doesn't mean they're like all types of robots. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I get. So you can't go to one specific place and try to sell them stuff or talk to them about stuff or be friends with these people when they don't think like you. And I had to realize that I was going into spaces on YouTube with people that don't even think like me, sitting here trying to fit in with their space instead of going to go find the space that belongs to me, or a space that I can fit in with people who think like me, right? It's the same thing with women. Women do this when they dating. Another example. Women will meet a man, know he ain't shit, know he a misogynist, know he sexist, know he a womanizer, still date him anyway in hopes to change him, instead of just going to go find a man who isn't any of those and build with him. Why do women do that? That's stupid. That's so dumb. But for some reason, women do it because they feel like they get a better thrill off of believing that somebody is going to change for them. They need that validation. They need to be able to go out in the world and say, he was a player. He played all these girls but me. That's so stupid. Why would you want to be with a man who played any woman? There is nothing attractive about a man being a womanizer. Not even a little bit. Why would you want to be with someone who did that to any woman? You just don't want him to do it to you. You don't care if he did it to another woman. You just don't want him to do it to you. And that's the messed up part about it. You don't want, someone to rob or steal or murder you, but it's okay if they do it to somebody else. Think about that. Like, let that sit with you. Let that sit with you for a moment, right up in here. Listen, I got to go. I'm out here in the dark talking to y'all. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna get robbed and murdered out in the middle of the night. Well, I'm definitely not. I'm in a good area, so that's not gonna happen. But then you never know. I mean, I done seen First 48. I done seen Snap. I done seen, you never know. Somebody could come lurking out in the bushes, you know. But then again, my dog in here. Button, y'all ain't see Butt. Butt. Talk to the people. Bark. Say what's up. Come up here. But y'all see Butt? Y'all can't see Butt. Hold on, let me see. Can y'all see Butt? Wait. Damn. Damn. Hold up. But. Hey, Mr. Shy, I put a message in your Instagram. Let me tell you something, Mr. Shy. Damn, y'all can't see Butt. See Butt? Butt. He here. Y'all can't even see him. Look. Butt, come up here. Ugh, he ain't gonna jump up here. He ain't gonna jump. Anyway, Mr. Shy City, I hit you up to ask you why you don't post on your YouTube channel no more. Why you don't post on your YouTube channel no more? Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, and your message wasn't funny. Your voice note didn't make me laugh, Mr. Shy. I heard the slick this. I know slick this when I hear one. Um, Fire 21. We do it because we grew up in fairy tales. Thank you. Definitely. I said it before. Women are getting into these relationships using the information that they learned from a goddamn rom-com and a Disney movie. And then they wonder why they up in here hurt. What do you think about sororities and sisterhood organizations? Destiny. So I had this organization called Block Dimes. Block Dimes wasn't just a magazine. I think a lot of people thought because we had a magazine, it was just models. No, we had an organization and we used to go out and do charity work. People made fun of me for, having models do charity work. Like you couldn't go out there and do charity work because you're beautiful. It was weird. It was weird. Anyway, I think that's a great thing. It was a sorority for women in entertainment. Because what a lot of people don't understand is women in entertainment, we get treated a specific type of way. Daryl Martin, you really don't never judge a book by its cover. Vanity and naysayers are for numbskulls. Victory is for those who follow a path to their success. Good luck. Stay cool, copacetic, and collective. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that comment, Daryl. I wish I could like that comment. Damn, I can't even like that comment. Golly. Thank you, Daryl. That was a good comment. Hey, Real Entertainment News. I'm all right. I'm all right with you. You wasn't playing. Let me tell y'all what Mr. Shy City said. He wasn't playing. Don't lie. Don't lie, Mr. Shy. This nigga came into my damn. This nigga came into my damn Instagram. Left this old crazy ass message. He was sitting there cackling like a psychotic and shit. He was like, people who grew up in healthy homes would take your advice and think that it's weird. Basically making fun of me because I lived in a toxic environment. And the way that he sounded, I was like, nigga, you ain't come from no healthy home. You came from a toxic environment as well, or you wouldn't even bother sending me this shit. I almost cussed his ass out because it was bad. It was bad. Matter of fact, I did cuss him out, and I just sent the messages because I'm trying to have a little bit of self control. But I did tell Mark what I said. I was like, Mark, this motherfucker. I let Mark hear it. Mr. Shy City, I let my moderator hear what you sent me, and he also said that shit was a slick diss. You was slick dissing me, trying to make it seem like you wasn't. You weren't playing. Shut up. Blah, 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 blah. We do it because we grew up on fairy tales and all the bad evil men still got the princess. Name what? Name one Disney film where the bad evil man got the princess. Don't worry, I'll wait because I'm thinking too. Um, how about Tangled? That's a new one. Tangled about Rapunzel. Because remember that guy she was with was he was a little questionable. But that's the only one I could think of. Because Cinderella wasn't that like that. Snow White wasn't like that. Sleeping Beauty wasn't like that. Aladdin was like that. Aladdin was like that because the whole time, um, Aladdin lied. He was lying. He was pretending to be a prince, and he still got Princess Jasmine. That's true. Okay. Um, what's another one? I can't think of another one. But I do know these damn sitcoms I was watching had me tripping, like the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show looked like it was aesthetically pleasing because Claire Huxtable was pretty and they had all these beautiful kids and Rudy looked beautiful and Vanessa and all them. But if you think about it, Claire was a lawyer, Bill was a doctor, and they had all them fucking kids. How was their life even organized? That don't even sound right. Snow White, first of all, Snow White was getting mad respect from the dwarfs. How is that? How is that like the evil person getting the woman? It's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, thank you, Daryl. That's sweet. That's sweet. I gotta go. I'm sitting here talking. I gotta go. Y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.